So we decided to finally answer the question people have been asking us for years. How much protection does Dragon Shield products actually provide? So I have a plan to prove Dragon Shield accessories are truly out of this world by sending them somewhere a Pokemon card has never been before, into outer space. Just how hard could it really be? Because here at Dragon Shield, protecting cards isn't just something we believe in, it's something we do. So to find out, we teamed up with Beckett and got our hands on a $6,000 Black Label Pokémon card. A card as perfect as they get, scoring a perfect 10 in every sub-grade category. Centering, surface, edges and corners. Black labels are extremely scarce, with a lot of cards only having populations of under 5 or less in the entire world. So we did the unthinkable and broke one open, exposing it to the elements once again. Then sleeved it up in our market-leading accessories, including these new Dragons in Space limited edition sleeves that we made specifically to mark this occasion, which you can get your hands on by clicking the link in the description below. And then we sent it on an unbelievable journey to the edge of space. Wind, rain, and minus 70-degree temperatures, where even metal and plastic becomes brittle. A card definitely couldn't survive this. Could our product stand against that? If it returned flawless, it would prove that Dragon Shield sleeves not only protect your precious cards at the table when you're playing with your friends, they even protect your cards in one of the harshest environments we know, the edge of space. Of course, one slip, one scratch, and that Black Label status would vanish forever. We were about to find out. Our journey begins at Dragon Shield headquarters in Denmark, where every sleeve starts the same way, with an obsession over durability and feel. And we live for card games here, often playing during our lunch breaks, meaning we all had different opinions on how we thought the project would go.
Wow, where does he get this from?
I thought that was a wild thing to do.
When Shay first asked me about sending cards into space, I thought he was absolutely crazy.
I think the most sensitive element for the card would most likely be the moisture.
For me, personally, I think I'm worried more about logistics.
A lot of things can go wrong.
I'm concerned about this thing when it comes down again. It will land in a lake somewhere.
But we have dipped them in water, so it should be fine.
That's why we have to be so on top of it. I don't doubt the product for a second, but you know...
Because surely, what can go wrong?
And with those quite frankly honest opinions, that wraps up our time in Denmark. Next stop is Beckett, Germany. The home of the Black Label, the ultimate chase in the grading world. Inside Beckett, precision is everything. Gloves, controlled light and quiet. And Beckett's experts understood this risk more than anyone else. So now it's time! I bet you want to know what card we're going to send into outer space. So here she is. The pristine Black Label Reshiram from White Flare. Black and white rare. Only 5 of these in the whole world. An absolutely stunning card. So imagine we've got a card so rare and valuable and we're sending it 100,000 feet in the air amongst minus 60 degrees temperatures, going through clouds, wind and rain. Quite honestly, I'm a bit scared. So at Beckett, one of the main things that separates, Beckett from all the other grading companies is that you can get the pristine Black Label. How hard is it for a card to get that?
Oh, that's very rare. To get a graded Black Label, the card has to be in perfect condition.
What's the most common things you would say to let a card down from being a Black Label to any other grade?
Yeah, that's the centering. The card can be in perfect condition, but the centering is made during the factory production. If that is like just a bit off, well, there's no guaranteed Black Label, even if you give me like 1,000 cards with like no one got a perfect centering, and it's a very common thing. So maybe you get 1,000 cards back without a Black Label.
Wow, there you heard it first. 1,000 cards, you're not even guaranteed. That's how hard it is to get a Black Label. What other kind of environmental factors could potentially damage a card?
Yeah, any kind of liquid, of course. UV. So UV light can damage the color, and temperature.
So you mentioned UV, temperature, and moisture. Obviously in space, there's sunlight, low temperatures, and we have to go through clouds. What do you think about that?
If the card would go up into space without any kind of sleeves, I would say there's no way to come back down as a Black Label.
With the bar for Black Labels being so high, the difficulty of this project was now starting to really dawn on me. That didn't matter though, because now it's time to crack the card. A Black Label White Rare Reshiram from White Flare, with a population of just 5 in the whole world. And now with the Reshiram cracked and sleeved, our journey to the launch site is now about to begin. We partnered with Sent into Space, the world leaders in near space exploration. Their hangar looked like part space lab, part movie set, with wires, tanks and workstations everywhere. But they were prepared, building us a custom rig just for this project, cameras for every angle, tracking systems and a parachute to guide our Reshiram home.
My name is Dr. Chris Rose and I'm Head of Projects at Sent into Space, and we are T-minus 22 hours from launching an epic Pokémon card into space. So we'll be sending our Pokémon card into one of the harshest environments imaginable. Temperatures low as minus 70 degrees Celsius, pressures approaching 0, but it's important we don't shroud our card in a way that spoils that fantastic view of our feature item. We want to present this not an encapsulated environment, we want to expose this to the wonders of space. We designed a bespoke launch vehicle to take our Pokémon cards to an incredible altitude of close to 40 kilometers above the Earth. Our re-entry speeds into the Earth's atmosphere are going to be aggressive, and this Pokémon card will be coming to Earth with a bump. So we need to make sure that it's protected not just against the elements of space, but against the re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere and ultimate landing on the ground. So there's a number of variables at play here that when we work with items that are very delicate, often come into the fray. We need to heat things up to make sure they don't get too cold, but we also need to be careful not to introduce misting of a particular laminar structure. It's no good getting our Pokémon card to altitude if all we see is a misty, dewy mess. So we need to be careful about the regulatory systems we introduce to make sure that this item survives its mission. Further to that, we need to be careful about our camera angles to ensure that we don't get undue reflections of our recording systems whilst trying to capture the view of our card floating in space. Between all these things, we need to keep the weight as low as possible. We want to target an altitude close to or over 40 kilometers above the Earth, which means every weight saving is an absolute requirement. So we've designed our systems to integrate with very lightweight regulatory systems to keep batteries working in such a harsh environment, a minimal amount of cameras to capture every angle, but also carbon fiber structures that are both strong, flexible, but also save weight where possible. So we're confident that we will get this card to altitude. We're confident that we will recover that item again. But the question stands, will we be able to recover an intact, fully graded card that has not been compromised by the incredible journey that we send it on? That's down to our Dragon Shield protective case. That question can only be answered tomorrow when our recovery team gets their hands on that craft when it returns to Earth.
Final checks passed. Now it was time. Once the Reshiram was strapped in, there was no turning back. That was it. Tomorrow at 6 AM, it would see space. And in typical British fashion, it started to rain heavily. Rain that was forecast to continue through our launch as well. Perfect. 5 AM. The sky hung low, filled with clouds that were looking very grey. As we drove to the launch site, it started to feel very real. A project that has been over a year in planning was about to hit its apex. It's launch day, baby! As the helium tanks hissed into life, the balloon expanded, the rig swayed, and the cameras began to roll. This was it. That's a big balloon. Right then, so it's finally launch day. After endless Teams calls with people all over the world getting signs-offs and approvals, the craft is finally ready and fully prepared. We've got 2 cameras there. We've got the Resha Ram mounted all up in a fully carbon fiber craft. It only weighs about 2 kilograms. And now it's finally time, after months and months of preparation, to answer the question, are Dragon Shield accessories built and equipped to deal with outer space? There's only one way to find out, and we're gonna find out very soon.
So just get a feel for it.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I can feel it go, yeah, wow, okay. Oh wow, yeah, this is happening. This is actually happening. It is just my hand stopping this Pokemon card from going into space. This is an absolutely ridiculous thing to be saying out loud, but yeah, this is the situation I've somehow found myself in, so yeah. I'm a bit speechless actually, to be honest with you. Oh boy. Oh boy, okay. 3, 2, 1, go! Wow, look how fast it's going. That is a Pokemon card on its way to space. That's insane. We're sending a Pokemon card into space. Right then, so in all honesty, as fun as that was the easy bit. All I had to do was let it go. Now we've got the hard bit. We have to go try and find it afterwards and possibly even try and catch it. So we have to pack up quick and get on the road. The hard part begins now. We are rushing to the expected landing site and we are absolutely blitzing it because we have to try and beat the craft there so I can try and catch it to minimize any risk. Now, that's going to be very hard, but I'm going to try my best. The capsule rig began to rise through the drizzle and the cloud. Within minutes, it cleared the weather, sunlight spilling across a sea of white clouds. And this is where, if we look closely, frost started to settle on the card as well. So we have a bit of a disaster. As we've been racing to the landing site, we've actually hit the sort of, rush hour traffic, all these people going to their jobs, and we are currently stuck in that. So this is looking a bit dicey. So hopefully we can get past this traffic, it clears up, and we can get back on the way fast. At 30,000 feet, the card sat where airliners cruise. Just think about that for a second. When you're on a plane, right, going from here, there, and everywhere, you look out the window, you see all the clouds, all that jazz. That is where our card is. Imagine being on a plane and you look to your left and you just saw a Pokemon card out against the elements. That is where our card is right now. Absolutely ridiculous thing to think about. At 50,000 feet, the sky darkened, the opposite of our Reshiram.
Right, so we're just approaching 19.2 kilometers in altitude. So Reshiram has just passed the threshold into space. Beyond this point, if you were up there, you'd need an astronaut suit to survive.
We were in space. For the first time in history, an ungraded Pokemon card only protected by Dragon Shield products floated in space. The Earth curved below the continents, clouds with the endless black above. Pokemon perfection had officially left the planet. Months of planning, design and risk all distilled into this single image. A card meant for competition, getting a top 32 placement at the World Championships a month before, was now suspended above our planet. But this was short-lived. As the pressure fell, the balloon stretched to its limit and burst. It began its descent fast, real fast. So now the card is free falling at speeds up to 200 miles an hour back to Earth. Now obviously there is a parachute, but that deploys later on, because it has to be the highest Pokemon card of all time. And now we are racing to try and catch it. We've actually had our expected landing zone update, so we are literally bounding along these country roads to try and get there. I want to try and catch it if possible, but It's going to be tough, but fingers crossed we can do that. Through the frozen air and clouds, the parachute did deploy, slowing the fall, but the winds were still battering the craft. Every second, the temperature slowly rose from -70 to the chill of British rain. We now had the perilous job of tracking it down and retrieving it, a difficult job with all the wind. We were racing, but as long as we had the onboard tracker, we should be okay, right? But disaster, the signal went silent. Because the flight went longer than expected, the batteries had died. No coordinates, no telemetry, no nothing. The card that has been in space was now gone, and we were helpless. For the next few hours, all we could do is drive through farmland and narrow country roads, scanning the open fields. Every bump in the soil looked like it could be the craft, but none were. After all the precision and science and planning, it all came down to pure luck. Then, a flash of orange in the distance. Had the last year of planning been wasted, or was we making history?
It's there! It's there! It's there! It looks alright to me, what do you think? Still in position, I don't see any water inside. No moisture. I think we're good. I think we're good.
We had done it. We sent a card to space and successfully retrieved it. And there it is. No creases, just condensation and some frost maybe. It looks like the card's okay.
Yeah, so it felt so scary, finally handing this card over. It wasn't in my control. Letting it go, knowing that the next time I'd see it, it would have, entered space and come tumbling back down, completely out of my control. I've been looking after this card like my baby since I've had it. So knowing that was very scary, but now having it back in my hands, I can take a big sigh. Knowing that we got it nice back, safe and sound, and we just got one more step to go, and that's getting it graded.
But this moment of pure euphoria wasn't long-lived, because we had to immediately go to Beckett, Germany to see what the grade would be. All right, George, how are we? How are we? Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, man.
Did you see the footage?
Yes, I did. It was amazing.
Honestly, like after I let it go and I could see all the wind and the rain and then even the ice, honestly, I was a bit scared.
Me too.
But we've got the car back. I think it's in good condition, so I think it's time.
Thank you.
Here she is, the first Black Label in space. The first car that's going to space that's going to get graded afterwards. I've done my job. It's all over to you.
Wow. Thank you. Well, let's get it graded.
Let's get her graded. I gave George the car back as soon as possible. The graders examined every edge, every detail, every corner. And all I could do was, well, just wait. Silence filled the room. It's back. What is it?
Black.
Yeah, Black Label. Come on. All the way into space and come back a pristine Black Label. Oh, we did it. We did it. Look, it's so good. So pretty. Oh, wow. Absolutely stunning. George, you've made my day, mate. You've made my day. Oh, and it says there, dragons in space as well. Population 1 of 1. Against all odds, Dragon Shield sleeves had survived the trip to the edge of space and protected our very expensive, perfect Pokemon card. And now, the Dragons in Space project is about to be bigger than any one card, since this Reshiram 1 of 1 will now be auctioned with all the money going towards the Toy Foundation, helping provide joy to children in desperate need, because every child deserves the chance to imagine, play, and to reach for the stars. So on the 12th of November, Heritage Auctions will be conducting a 7-day online auction of this one-of-a-kind, one-of-one Reshiram EX card. So if you want to support the Toy Foundation and own a truly out-of-this-world unique Pokemon card, you know where to go. And if you want to get your hands on some of the limited edition Sent into Space sleeves designed for this event, then you can also head to the link in the description as well. Dragon Shield sleeves, born for players, refined by passion, and now tested by space. Thanks for watching.